Dr. Hansol stared at her computer screen, her eyes burning from hours of reviewing patient data. Something wasn't right with the latest virus samples from her lab at the Seoul Global Research Institute. The patterns were unlike anything she had seen before. She took another sip of her cold coffee and zoomed in on the electron microscope images. The virus structure looked almost engineered, too perfect to be natural. Her phone buzzed. It was Dr. Ta Won from the genetics department. "Hansol, you need to see this right now." His voice was shaking. "I ran those genetic sequences you sent. They're not from Earth." She dropped her coffee cup. "What do you mean, not from Earth?" "The base pairs, they're using combinations that don't exist in any known life form. This virus was made by something not human." Hansol quickly walked to his lab, her heart pounding. The normally calm Tadwan was pacing, running his hands through his messy hair. On his screen were complex genetic maps showing impossible combinations. "Look at this pattern." He pointed at the screen. "It's like computer code, but written in DNA. Someone designed this virus to target humans specifically." Hansol felt cold fear in her stomach. "How many cases so far?" 200 confirmed in Seoul, but I just got reports from Tokyo, Beijing, and Los Angeles. It's spreading fast." They worked through the night, watching as more cases appeared across the globe. The virus moved unlike any natural disease, following strange patterns that seemed almost planned. At dawn, Hansol made the call she had been avoiding. "This is Dr. Hansol from SGRI. I need to speak to the health minister immediately. We have confirmed an engineered pathogen of non-terrestrial origin." "Yes, I said non-terrestrial. We are under attack." Within hours, their quiet lab was filled with government officials and military personnel. Hansol explained their findings to grim-faced leaders. "The virus is targeting human immune systems," she explained. "But something strange is happening. Some patients aren't responding the way the virus seems designed for. Their bodies are fighting back in unexpected ways." A general stepped forward. "Doctor, are you saying we're under alien biological attack?" "Yes," she said firmly. "And whoever made this virus didn't understand human biology as well as they thought. We're seeing mutations in the virus as it interacts with human immune systems. Mutations that shouldn't be possible." "How bad could this get?" the health minister asked. Hansol looked at the rising case numbers on her screen. "Honestly, this could be the end of humanity. Or," she paused, looking at some unusual patient data, "it could be the beginning of something new. Some patients are showing unusual recovery patterns. We need to study them immediately." As the officials rushed to organize a response, Hansol turned back to her microscope. In the virus samples, she could see something changing. The perfect engineered structure was shifting, adapting to human cells in ways that seemed impossible. Humanity's first contact with alien life wasn't a message of peace or a show of force. It was a silent attack meant to wipe them out. But the attackers had made one crucial mistake. They didn't understand just how adaptable the human body could be. The war for Earth's survival had begun in the smallest battlefield possible, the human cell. And humanity's immune system was already fighting back in ways no one, human or alien, could have predicted. Jeho hadn't slept in 36 hours. The hospital halls were packed with coughing patients, and more arrived every hour. As a junior researcher, he was supposed to just collect data, but there weren't enough doctors anymore. Everyone had to help. He checked another patient's vitals, marking them in his tablet. Then he noticed something odd. The patient's fever was gone, and their strength was returning. This wasn't supposed to happen with this virus. "Hey, come look at this," he called to the nurse, but she was already rushing to another room where monitors were beeping wildly. Jeho followed her. Inside, a young man was sitting up in bed, pulling off his oxygen mask. Yesterday, this same patient had been barely breathing. Now he was alert and asking for food. "This is the 5th case today," the nurse said, checking the man's vitals. "They get very sick, then suddenly recover stronger than before." Jaiho pulled out his phone and called Dr. Hansol. "Doctor, you need to see this. Some patients aren't just recovering. They're getting better than they were before they got sick." At the research lab, Hansol and Tadwan studied the blood samples Jaiho brought. The virus was still there, but it had changed. It wasn't killing cells anymore. Instead, it seemed to be making them stronger. "Look at the cell repair rate," Taiwan pointed at the screen. "It's 3 times faster than normal. The virus is somehow improving human cell function." Hansol shook her head in wonder. "The aliens made this virus to kill us, but human immune systems are turning it into something else, something better." They worked through the day, testing more samples. Each recovered patient showed the same pattern. Their bodies weren't just fighting off the virus, they were using it to become stronger. In the hospital cafeteria, Jaiho watched the news on the wall screen. Cities worldwide were under quarantine. The military patrolled empty streets, but in some places, the story was changing. More people were recovering, and they were different afterward. A reporter interviewed a recovered patient in New York. The man lifted a car to save a trapped child. In London, a woman ran 5 miles to get help when phones went down, without getting tired. Something big was happening. Jaiho's phone buzzed. A text from Hansol. "Come to Lab 7. Now." In the lab, Hansol and Taiwan stood around a microscope. On the screen beside it, a simulation showed the virus structure changing as it interacted with human cells. "The virus isn't just mutating randomly," Hansol explained. "It's being reprogrammed by human DNA. Every person's immune system changes it differently, based on their genetic code." "What does that mean?" Jaiho asked. "It means," Tadwan said slowly, "that humanity's immune system is turning an alien weapon into a tool for human evolution. Each person who survives might develop different enhanced abilities." Jaiho thought about the recovering patients he'd seen. How many people are infected now? Hansol checked her tablet. Millions, and the number of recoveries is starting to rise fast. She looked up at her colleagues. "We're not just fighting a plague anymore. We're watching humanity change." Outside the lab windows, the sun was setting on a changed world. In hospitals and homes across the planet, people were fighting the alien virus. And those who won weren't just surviving. They were becoming something new, something stronger. The aliens had tried to end humanity. Instead, they might have started its next great leap forward. Du Yun woke up in a special room at the Seoul Global Research Institute. As patient 0 of the enhanced recoveries, she had been moved here for study. She looked at her arm where she had cut it yesterday during a test. The wound was already gone. Dr. Hansol entered the room, carrying a tablet. "How are you feeling today?" "Strong," Du Yun said. "Different, like I could run forever without getting tired." Hansol nodded and showed Du Yun her test results. "Your cells are regenerating at 10 times the normal human rate, and you're not the only one. Each survivor is developing unique abilities." In the lab next door, Taiwan was explaining their findings to government officials. The virus isn't just affecting current cells. It's switching on dormant parts of human DNA, parts we didn't even know we had. On screens behind him, videos showed recovered patients demonstrating unusual abilities. A farmer lifting a tractor that had fallen on his son. A firefighter walking through flames without burns. A dying cancer patient whose tumors disappeared overnight. "We think early humans might have had these abilities," Hansol added, "but they went dormant over time. The alien virus is waking them up." Du Yen sat in on the meeting, watching the officials' faces as they learned how humanity was changing. Some looked scared. Others looked excited. All of them looked surprised. "Show them," Hansol said to Du Yun. Du Yun picked up a scalpel and made a small cut on her palm. Everyone watched as the wound closed in seconds, leaving no scar. "Every survivor develops different abilities," Taiwan explained, "based on their genetic code and what their bodies need most. Some heal fast, Others become stronger. Some can fight off any disease. And the virus? An official asked. Is it still spreading? Hansol pulled up a world map covered in green dots. These are all confirmed recoveries with enhancements. The number doubles every day. Whatever the aliens intended, they've given us an accidental upgrade. Later that day, Du Yan helped test other survivors. A young boy who could now understand any language he heard. A blind woman whose eyes had healed, giving her perfect vision. An old man whose mind was sharper than ever. Why did they attack us with a virus? Du Yan asked Hansol as they worked. Maybe they thought we were weak, Hansol said. That our immune systems couldn't handle their advanced weapon. They didn't understand that human bodies are built to adapt and survive. In her private notes that night, Hansol wrote, Day 45 of the pandemic. What started as an extinction attempt has become an evolution event. Humanity isn't just surviving the alien virus, we're using it. Every person who recovers is proof that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Literally. Outside, more hospitals reported recoveries. More enhanced humans emerged. Earth's invaders had meant to end humanity. Instead, they had awakened it. Captain Dong Hook walked through the underground facility, checking the new security measures. The government had moved all enhanced human research to this secret base in the mountains. Too many people wanted to steal their findings. Dr. Tadwan met him in the main lab. We've got 20 new survivors to test today, he said. Each one shows different abilities. We need to understand how this is happening. In the testing chamber, a group of recovered patients waited. Some looked nervous. Others seemed excited. All of them had survived the alien virus and changed. First up, Dong Hook called out, reading from his tablet. Su Min, former office worker, says she can now process information faster than a computer. Su Min stepped forward. The researchers gave her complex math problems and coding challenges. She solved them in seconds without using a calculator or computer. Next, Keita, construction worker, claims he can see through walls. Keita described the contents of sealed rooms perfectly. He pointed out hidden structural weak points in the facility that even the builders didn't know about. As the testing continued, Dong Hook watched carefully. Each survivor had different powers. Some were physical, like super strength or fast healing. Others were mental, like perfect memory or advanced problem solving. It's like the virus reads what each person needs most, Ta-Wan explained. Su Min worked with data, so she got enhanced mental processing. Ki-Ta worked in construction, so he got the ability to understand buildings completely. Hansol joined them, bringing new test results. The virus isn't just changing people randomly. It's like it's fixing things, making each person better at what they already do. Suddenly, alarms blared through the facility. Dong Hook rushed to the security room. On the screens, he saw strange lights in the sky. The aliens had finally shown themselves. They know their virus didn't work, Hansol said, watching the screens. Now they're coming to finish the job themselves. But Dong Hook smiled. Let them come. They tried to kill us quietly with their virus because they were afraid to face us directly. Now we're stronger than ever. In the testing chamber, the enhanced humans gathered. Su Min was already analyzing alien ship patterns. Ki-Ta pointed out weaknesses in their design. Others prepared to use their new abilities to defend Earth. The aliens thought they could wipe us out, Dong Hook said. Instead, they made us better, stronger. Now they'll learn why that was a big mistake. Hansol looked at her research data one last time. They tried to use our bodies against us, but human bodies are amazing things. We don't just survive. We adapt. We evolve. We turn weaknesses into strengths. The mountain facility transformed from a research center into humanity's first defense base. The enhanced humans were ready. The real war was about to begin. Young men stood at the front line, watching alien ships fill the sky over Seoul. Just 2 months ago, he had been teaching high school science. Now he led a team of enhanced humans ready for battle. They're starting their attack. Su-min reported through the radio. Her enhanced mind processed battlefield data faster than any computer. Ships are targeting our power plants and military bases. The alien ships fired their first shots. Energy beams struck the ground, but something unexpected happened. Kita had used his building sensing powers to help engineers strengthen key structures. The attacks did far less damage than the aliens planned. "Move now," Young Min ordered. His team rushed forward, each using their unique abilities. Since recovering from the virus, Young Min could control his body's energy output. He could run for hours or hit with incredible force. The aliens sent down ground troops, tall figures in strange armor. They seemed shocked when humans fought back with enhanced strength and speed. They had expected to find a weakened species, nearly wiped out by their virus. Du Yan joined the fight, her healing powers keeping injured soldiers alive. "Their weapons are strong," she reported, "but we're stronger. And we heal faster than they can hurt us." In the command center, Han Sol and Tadwan watched the battle through surveillance feeds. "Look how they fight," Tadwan said. "They expected us to be primitive. They don't understand what their virus did to us." Young Min's team pushed forward. Su-min predicted enemy movements. Kita spotted weak points in alien armor. Each enhanced human used their unique powers together, like pieces of a perfect machine. An alien commander tried to speak to them, its voice translated by their technology. "Impossible. Our virus should have destroyed you." "You made a mistake," Young Min shouted back. "You thought humanity was weak, because we get sick, because we can be hurt. But that's what makes us strong. We learn from every injury. We get stronger from every disease. Your weapon became our cure." The aliens retreated from the ground battle, but their ships still filled the sky. Young Min knew this was just the beginning. But for the first time, humanity had fought back. They had shown their enemies that Earth wouldn't fall easily. In the medical tent, Du Yan treated wounds that healed in minutes instead of days. "They don't understand us at all," she said to Young Min. "They think survival means never being hurt. We know it means learning to heal." That night, as the alien ships regrouped, Young Min wrote in his journal, "They came to end us. Instead, they made us better, stronger. Now they face a humanity that doesn't just survive their weapons. We grow stronger from them. Tomorrow, we take the fight to them." The first battle was over. Humanity had won. But the war was just beginning. Jai-Ho stared at his microscope in amazement. "Dr. Hansol, you need to see this." Hansol rushed over. On the slide, alien tissue samples from a crashed ship were reacting to the modified human virus. The alien cells were breaking down rapidly. "Their own weapon," Hansol whispered. "Modified by human immune systems, it affects them even more than it was supposed to affect us." They had collected the alien samples during the first battle. Now, after weeks of study, they had discovered something incredible. The virus that had made humans stronger could destroy alien biology completely. "Look at their cell structure," Jai-Ho pointed out. "They're too perfect, too clean. Their bodies never learned to fight disease like ours did." Hansol quickly called Tadwan. Soon, the lab was full of researchers watching test after test show the same results. The modified virus, which they now called the human factor, was deadly to alien biology. "They live in completely sterile environments," Tadwan explained to the military commanders. "Their immune systems are weak. They never faced diseases like Earth life did. They never had to adapt." In the testing chamber, they exposed alien materials to the modified virus. Everything from their food to their breathing equipment broke down in hours. Their perfect, clean biology had no defense against Earth's chaotic, adaptable life. "We can turn their weapon against them," Hansol said, "but we need to produce enough virus to affect their entire fleet." The facility transformed into a production center. Enhanced humans with scientific abilities worked day and night, making the virus in huge quantities. Others designed delivery systems to spread it through alien ship ventilation. Young Min visited the lab, watching the scientists work. "Will it really work?" he asked Hansol. "They thought they were perfect," she replied. "Too perfect to get sick. Too perfect to die. That's why they tried to kill us with a virus. But human bodies are messy, adaptable things. We survive by changing, by getting stronger from what hurts us." Jaiho held up a vial of the modified virus. It looked harmless, just cloudy liquid in a tube. But it represented humanity's greatest strength, the ability to turn an enemy's weapon into their own cure. "We're ready," Hansol announced to the command center. "Operation Reversal can begin. We'll show them that trying to kill humanity with a virus was their biggest mistake. The aliens had created a perfect weapon for a perfect species, but they had used it on humans who were wonderfully, powerfully imperfect. Now that imperfection would be their greatest weapon." Captain Dong-Huk led his team through the alien ship's dark corridors. Each soldier carried a backpack of the modified virus. Their mission was simple but dangerous: reach the life support systems and release the virus. 2 guards ahead, Kita whispered, his powers letting him see through walls. "They're using some kind of energy shields." Young Min stepped forward. "I'll handle this." His enhanced strength could break through their shields now. He had learned this in the first battle. The fight was quick and quiet. The aliens never expected humans to be inside their ship. Their perfect plans didn't account for humanity's new powers. "Life support is 3 levels up," Su-min said through their radio. Back on Earth, she guided them using her enhanced mind to process the ship's layout. "But something big is moving your way." They heard heavy footsteps. A door opened, revealing 4 elite alien guards. These were different, bigger, stronger, wearing better armor. "Go," Dong-Huk ordered Young Min and Du-Yun. "Get to life support. We'll hold them here." Young Min and Du-Yun ran while the others fought. They climbed through maintenance shafts that Kita had spotted. The ship's perfect design worked against it. There were no random changes or quick fixes like on human ships. Everything followed the same pattern. They'd reached the life support center. Alien technicians worked at strange controls. Du-Yun moved first, her healing powers letting her ignore their energy weapons. Young Min followed, his enhanced strength breaking through barriers. "The virus goes there," Young Min said, pointing at the main air processor. "Just like Hansol showed us." Do-Yun planted the virus containers while Young Min guarded her. Alarms started blaring. The aliens knew something was wrong. "It's done," Du-Yun shouted. The virus began spreading through the ship's air system. They fought their way back to the others. The elite guards lay defeated. Dong-Huk's team had won, but several were hurt. Du-Yun's healing touch got them moving again. "The virus is spreading through their whole fleet," Su-min reported. "Their ships share air recycling systems. They're all connected, just like we hoped." They escaped in their shuttle, watching the alien ships start to drift. The perfect, sterile world the aliens built was falling apart, defeated by the messy, adaptable strength of human biology. "Send the message," Dong-Huk ordered. Young Min pressed a button on their radio. "To all alien ships. The weapon you made to kill us. We changed it. Made it better. Made it ours. Now you'll learn what humanity does best. We survive, we adapt, and we win." Hansol watched the screens as alien ships started falling from the sky. The modified virus worked better than anyone had expected. Their perfect, sterile world was crumbling. "Their whole fleet is infected," Su-min reported from her station. "Their life support systems are failing. They're retreating." In orbit, massive alien ships turned away from Earth. Some crews abandoned their vessels, trying to escape in smaller craft. But they had nowhere to go. Their own virus, changed by human immune systems, had turned their strengths into weaknesses. Their bodies can't adapt fast enough. Ta-One explained to the military commanders. They never developed natural defenses. They thought being perfect meant never getting sick. Now they're paying the price. Reports came in from around the world. The alien attack was falling apart everywhere. Their ground forces retreated to their ships. Their perfect weapons stopped working as the virus ate through their systems. Young Min and his team watched from the ground. "They're running," he said. All because they didn't understand one simple thing about humans. "What's that?" Du Yan asked, healing the soldier's wound. "That our strength comes from our flaws, from getting sick and healing, from being hurt and recovering, from failing and trying again." In the command center, they intercepted alien communications. Their enemies were panicking. Their perfect plan had backfired completely. They had no defense against their own weapon, changed by the very creatures they thought were weak. "They're sending out distress calls," Sumin translated, warning others not to attack Earth, saying, "We're too dangerous, that we can turn any weapon against them." Hansol looked at her virus samples. "They created something perfect to kill us, but human bodies are built to adapt, to change, to survive. We turned their perfect weapon into something messy, chaotic, and powerful, just like us." The last alien ships disappeared into space. Earth's first interstellar war was ending. Humanity hadn't just survived. They had shown the galaxy why attacking them was a terrible mistake. "Send a message to all stations," Dong Huk ordered. "The enemy is retreating. Earth is safe. And let everyone know, we won because they tried to use our humanity against us. They didn't realize that's what makes us strong." 1 year after the alien retreat, young Min stood at the window of the hospital's maternity ward. Inside, Du Yan held their newborn son. The baby was healthy, strong, and according to early tests, enhanced. All the children born to enhanced parents show signs of abilities, Hansol explained, checking the baby's readings. "The virus didn't just change us, it changed our future." The world had transformed. Enhanced humans used their abilities to solve old problems. Sumin's mental powers helped create new technologies. Kite's building sense revolutionized architecture. Du Yan trained other healers. "The aliens wanted to end our story," Taiwan said, watching the baby. Instead, they started a new chapter. In the research center, now above ground, Hansol and Jiho studied the long-term effects of the enhancement. "Each generation might be stronger than the last," Jiho reported. "We're still evolving." Cities changed too. Buildings designed by enhanced architects reached higher. Hospitals staffed by enhanced healers saved more lives. Schools taught both regular and enhanced children how to use their abilities responsibly. "We kept some of the alien technology," Dong Huk told a group of military cadets. "But our greatest weapon was always inside us. Our ability to adapt, to survive, to become stronger." Young Min returned to teaching, now at a special school for enhanced children. "The aliens thought being perfect meant never changing," he told his students. "We proved that real perfection is being able to adapt and grow." Du Yan brought their son home from the hospital. In the nursery, she watched him sleep. "What will he become?" she wondered. "Whatever he wants," young Min answered. "That's always been humanity's real strength. We don't just survive. We choose how to change, how to grow, how to become better." Hansol's final report to the World Council said it best. "The alien virus was meant to be our end. Instead, it became our beginning. They tried to destroy us because they saw our adaptability as a weakness. They didn't understand that changing, growing, and evolving is humanity's greatest strength. They wanted perfect soldiers. Instead, they helped create a better humanity." Above Earth, automated beacons warned other alien ships. "This planet is protected, not by weapons or walls, but by something stronger. Humanity's endless ability to adapt, survive, and grow stronger from every challenge." Earth's children would reach for the stars, not as the beings the aliens tried to destroy, but as something new. Something that proved that humanity's greatest strength was never about being perfect. It was about always becoming better.